It's been 73 years of independence for this little island nation, a nation that had it all, a true paradise that had prosperity written in the stars. But it was not to be. Into our studio this week, we invited President's Counsel and Member of Parliament, M.A. Sumanthiran, to check with him what exactly Sri Lanka's report card was like since independence. Mr. Sumanthiran, what are the key issues that Sri Lanka has faced since independence?
Well, I could think of two very important issues. One is majoritarianism, which I think has afflicted us ever since independence, and we are not out of those woods yet. The other is education, the system of education that we have followed. We've had free education, free health services, etc. But somehow the direction in which our education policies have been formulated have been a serious issue for the country.
If you took a SWOT analysis of Sri Lanka right now, what would it look like?
Opportunities there are, but only if some of those weaknesses can be actually turned upside down. The key weakness seems to be our attitude to our own selves, somehow thinking, having this siege mentality that we are surrounded by all aggressive forces, all out to get us. Most of our problems are our reaction to that kind of mentality. So we hit out any good advice that comes from a good source with good intention, we view it with great suspicion.
What are the key ingredients needed for unity and reconciliation?
For unity and reconciliation, one, you need to acknowledge that we are a plural society, that we are not homogeneous, that there are people from different ethnic backgrounds, people who speak different languages, people who have different faiths and beliefs, all constitute this country. And secondly, that all of them are equal citizens, irrespective of the numbers. Each one of them is an equal citizen, and the groups that they belong to also have equal rights.
Having had 73 years of independence as a country, what should our report card look like?
Well, Sri Lanka's report card ought to have looked much better than Japan. I won't even say Singapore, but much better than even Japan. We had everything going for us. We had economic stability, we had human resources, education, a manageable population, even natural resources that were necessary, all of that, and yet because of our attitudes and this view that somehow everyone out in the rest of the world is out to get us, has I think done us in.
Equality is the soul of liberty. There is in fact no liberty without it. Celebrating independence devoid of the understanding that all citizens are equal in this country while celebrating each other's differences is what gives us liberty and freedom as a nation. And until we realize that, there will be no independence for any of us in the real sense of the word. Thank you very much, Mr. Sumanthiran, for joining us on Ceylinco Life. Let's talk.
With Ceylinco Life Pension Saver, Sri Lanka's premier retirement plan, start planning for your retirement today. Ceylinco Life, a relationship for life.
And still on the subject of independence, Sam Pereira is back with some independence reads on singer Life in 60.
With Ceylinco Life Pension Saver, Sri Lanka's premier retirement plan, start planning for your retirement today. Ceylinco Life, a relationship for life.